podcast, starring yours truly, Darth David. Volume went crazy there. Darth David can't do this show by himself, baby. Because I love the push and the pull of the Sith and the Jedi, and while Darth David is the number one Sith in the galaxy, I bring to you at least the number 84, 85th Jedi in the galaxy, Jedi Jared, everyone!
Hello, David. How are you today?
Well, Jared, I am doing spectacularly.
Okay.
I watched the ILM documentary series on Disney Plus, Light and Magic. I watched it again! All 6 episodes.
Of course.
I love this show so much. I love this documentary so much. I can't believe it. I literally watched it twice.
It's very good. It's very good.
Did you watch it? Last week there was some controversy on Yaddle Chattle as yet again a brilliant Star Wars project came out, and Jedi Jared did not watch it at all. Didn't even entertain it. Didn't even finish the first episode.
I'm on episode 3 now. Well, you told me the priority was Clone Wars, so I focused on Clone Wars.
Fair enough. Good point. And so you finished Clone Wars, I'm assuming. Go ahead, let the Yaddle Chattle know you finished all 7 seasons of the Clone Wars. Season 6.
I'm on
5. I asked you.
I just started on 5. I told you that last night.
Are you on the last 4 episodes of season 5, the Ahsoka story arc where she's accused? Oh, spoiler.
So we'll start that.
She's accused of murdering a Jedi.
Not surprised.
Spoiler.
Okay.
And those 4 Ahsoka episodes, the final 4 episodes of season 5. Again, I said they should release that as a movie, and the final 4 episodes of season 7 they should release as a movie. And again, they're both Ahsoka centric, but unbelievable story arcs. Good enough to be feature films, in my opinion.
I think, like I've said before, they really hit their stride towards the end of season 1, beginning of season 2. But they really start doing like these multiple episode arcs that are just incredible. And I have some notes that I've made.
You have notes? All right, hold on. Before we go into your notes, let's get into the Clone Wars talk in 2 seconds.
Okay.
I want to... Well, we just brought up ILM, so rather than jump around, you said you were in episode 3 of Light and Magic, the ILM docuseries?
Yeah, so I'm at the point where they're Walter Cronkite is visiting.
That's a great part. Phil Tippett.
Yeah.
So I always love Phil Tippett because, remember, there was... Well, I don't know. You might not even know. But the reason why I fell in Star Wars... I've never even said this. Should I? Have I?
No.
I fell in love with Star Wars due to basically a 3-punch reason of it. And I'll do it briefly because we got a lot to cover. Number 1, Star Wars on HBO. It was 1981 or 82, and our family had HBO. And the reason why it was a big deal is because no commercials, first time on TV, cable TV, but still no commercials. It's going to be a big deal. Hell, HBO's got Star Wars. We had a furnished basement. We turned off all the lights, made it into a movie theater, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I couldn't believe how amazing it was. When I was a kid, I'm watching this and I'm going, what the hell is this? This is amazing. After that, I was in love with Star Wars. Then, number 2, my first movie theater experience, Return of the Jedi. Now, I know that I was I was brought into the movie theater to watch other movies. So I had other, movie theater experiences. What I'm saying is I don't remember them. They're not memorable. The first movie theater experience I ever can recall, that I can remember, is Return of the Jedi. I can tell you it was, May 1983. It was like 76 degrees on a beautiful spring day, but it was also drizzling. So we had a little light rain in the air. We drove our brown and orange 1976 Volkswagen van. I can read every details like that. Number 3, though, and here's where it goes to the ILM thing, is shortly after Return of the Jedi, I want to say 84, maybe 85, PBS did a Star Wars documentary.
Really?
Hosted by Mark Hamill. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Okay.
And it was the first that I ever saw. They were not doing behind the scenes things in 1984 and 85. You didn't, that shit wouldn't happen until DVDs, I don't think, for the most part. I mean, maybe some of your letterbox VHS tapes.
HBO used to do a behind the
first
look.
First look, but those were 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
This was a full-on hour-long documentary about Jedi, and it was amazing because you got to see a lot of the heroes, your Phil Tippett's, and you got to see, the 4 or 5 guys inside Jabba, for instance. That there was a little person in his tail, another guy, guys working his arms, one guy in the head. It was like incredible. You got to see a grown-up playing with Salacious E. Crumb and making him talk English and have fun with that. And it was like one thing after another, and I go, oh my God, these are adults. These are grown-ups making Star Wars. This shit is amazing. And so so I've been a Phil Tippett and Dennis Muren fan and all those guys since that documentary. But now to see them, talk much more at length about their ILM experiences was amazing. I felt terrible. So I just want a couple highlights. I want Phil Tippett. Oh, you still haven't seen the rest of it? Well, fuck it. We're not talking about it next week for week 3.
That's the guy that got screwed over with Jurassic Park, right?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that was one of my favorite parts of the movie because Phil Tippett, Tauntauns, Imperial Walkers, aliens in the cantina, Rancor monster. This is a legend. This is a monster creature legend, and he was gonna do Jurassic Park stop motion, and the computer guy said, "Nope, we want it out." And he remember that great line that Steven Spielberg said, "How do you feel?" And he said, "I feel extinct." And Spielberg said, "I'm using that in the movie. It's great." Because remember, that's what the archaeologist said.
Yeah.
The Sam Neill character. I thought that was amazing. And I felt like Phil Tippett was one of the stars of the movie. We find out he's bipolar and stuff. It was crazy. Dennis Muren. I just loved watching Dennis Muren's home movies as a kid. The guy was doing special effects when he was 13 years old in the late 50s with this
What'd you think of that guy from Utah that was doing he basically pioneered CGI?
John Dykstra?
Not John.
The first head of ILM.
No. There was another.
That guy who then stayed on for Pixar?
I think so. The got glasses.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He was the government had sponsored the internet, and the University of Utah was one of the first.
Yes, that's the same guy we're talking about. He kind of started Pixar. That's another insane thing. George Lucas, because of ILM,
started Pixar.
Essentially started Pixar. Crazy. And then John Dykstra, who seemed like a great guy, seemed like a cool guy, but didn't get invited to continue at ILM. Despite winning an Academy Award. I thought that was pretty incredible as well.
I think that he's probably a captain or a coach, but he's a captain. But they needed a manager.
It didn't seem like he believed in storyboards or a schedule. And that's a little rough. I can see why George would ever freak out.
So they needed a manager.
What I love in the series, and you're not there yet because you're a piece of shit.
Okay.
Who watched half the goddamn docuseries thus far. It's been out for now a week.
Okay.
Here's Darth David. I'm the Sith of the show. I'm supposed to be evil. I've seen light and magic twice. Okay. You've seen it 0.5 times at this point.
Yes, I have.
A half
a time.
Later on, you get to see Doug Chen and John Knoll and the guys who are really influential and innovative for the prequel trilogy and still are there. John Knoll actually created the story, came up with the story for Rogue One. And I believe John Knoll is a big-time producer now on Andor because it was his idea.
Did they move that back?
Yes, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
This is all about the ILM.
Okay.
So, again, this light magic thing is unbelievable. I might even rewatch it again today.
It's excellent.
So how come you've only seen half of it?
I'm milking it.
Milking it?
Yeah, enjoying a little bit, savoring the flavor.
Savoring the flavor?
Yes.
Like it's a cigar?
Yes.
You're a piece of garbage.
Thanks.
That's what the Yaddle Chattle fans are saying right now.
I'm sure they are.
You know that the official Yaddle Chattle artist, Coke Logic, you are this close from getting fired because of him. Because of Coke Logic. Now, Coke Logic accepted your apology last week for missing a week of Yaddle Chattle. Since we began, we had missed no weeks. We even worked over July 4th weekend.
Well,
none. And then all of a sudden, Jedi Jared 2 weeks ago has to have a baby. I need to give birth to a baby.
Would you like to talk to Padme and then give her shit?
No, okay. I'm afraid of her. No. I'm not good. Yeah.
You should be afraid of Padme.
I won't be doing any of this type of smack talk in front of your wife, Padme.
So when
or your little human Padawan Leia.
When Padme,
AKA baby.
When Padme says, "Oh, I need you here at the hospital. You can't do Yaddle Chattle this week." I thought
it was bullshit, and so did Coke. So did Coke Logic, and I'm just saying it. You got the host of the show, and you got the official artist saying, "Hey, you could have." I have 2 kids. Okay?
Yeah.
You're sitting around for 8 goddamn hours. You go, "Hey, Padme, I'm going to go out and get you some water and some ice because you look a little heated. I'll be right back." And then you get on the phone in the cafeteria. "Okay, Dave, man, let's do Yaddle Chattle episode 15. That's all you had to do. And then think of the Yaddle heads. You'd be a goddamn hero. You'd be the celebrated Jedi that you aspire to be. Let's be honest. That ranking was fair. I'm the world's greatest Sith at this point because Palpatine's dead. Okay, Vader's dead. Who else? Darth David's the world's greatest Sith. Meanwhile, you're not the world's greatest Jedi. Not by a long shot. That's why your ranking is 86 or 87 at this point.
Okay.
You just dropped 1.
I'm sure I'll drop throughout the episode.
Yeah. So, those are my ILM Light Magic comments. I really, really love that show. They can't do enough behind-the-scenes Star Wars for the Dave Man. Did you watch the Star Wars gallery on the Book of Boba Fett?
I did.
Okay, and have you seen all of the Star Wars galleries on The Mandalorian, both seasons?
Not yet.
God damn it! What the hell, man? The first season... Did you watch the first season of The Mandalorian gallery?
Not yet. What?
Did you watch...
I watched
the second season only has 2 episodes.
I'll watch it later.
Did you watch either of the 2 episodes for season 2, including the second episode where it was about Luke Skywalker coming back for the season finale of season 2? You didn't watch that?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, you can be mad at me all you want.
Oh! It's not just me! Now it's me, it's Coke, and it's pretty much every goddamn Yaddlehead who signed up to listen to this shitty fucking show, because let's be honest, Rebel Force Radio was right about us. They gave us a shout out. We played that, right? We played the audio last week?
We did.
There is a unholy alliance between our show and the #1 show, Rebel Force Radio. Somehow they like us, mainly because of the name Yaddle Chattle.
And you.
Slightly me. And because our shows will never be competitors. They're family friendly, and we sure as fuck ain't.
No.
Now with this lunk of shit sitting to my left, if he goddamn watched the shit I asked him to, and if he stayed up on his Star Wars, you'd never see Darth David cursing. And maybe then we'd be family friendly, but I gotta be honest, too much rage with this kind of laissez-faire attitude when it comes to the Star Wars galleries and the behind-the-scenes features. That's the shit, that's some of the best shit Disney Plus has done. And if you watched season 1 of the Mandalorian gallery, you'd see Dave Filoni giving you the secrets to the Star Wars universe.
Okay.
Via George Lucas.
I will watch it then.
I told you there was that one episode in Star Wars Gallery, Season 1 Mandalorian. I forget what, but it's the last 7 minutes of the episode, and Dave Filoni gives basically a speech that is so incredible, and it not only makes you think about the prequel. It makes you think about Vader and Star Wars in general. It's a mind-blowing 7 minutes.
I won't.
And I begged you just to watch that. Have you watched that?
I'm going to watch it.
Oh, God!
We'll talk about it next week. That way we have content, because we were expecting Andor to be out.
I know. All right, let's talk about that before we talk about the Clone Wars. I want to do a little Clone Wars talk, but let's do it, because you brought it up. God damn it. The Andor was supposed to be out on August 21st. Now it's September 21st.
I guess She-Hulk. They don't want to competing with She-Hulk.
Fucking She-Hulk? You know what I think? I think they don't want to compete against the double-headed dragon of Lord of the Rings and the Game of Thrones prequel. And both of those come out in late August.
Oh, they really... Oh,
Man, they really do.
I don't know how much...
Well, at least the Game of Thrones does. Lord of the Rings might be early September, but still, it would be before the September 21st date.
We'll have to see how Game of Thrones does, given how much...
I'm going to watch it.
I might watch the first couple of episodes, but I think that... I've heard this a lot from people, not to go off on some kind of tangent, but they're saying that Game of Thrones isn't that rewatchable.
Okay, time out. Hold the fucking phone. What is this, Game of Thrones Chattle?
No, I'm just saying.
Huh?
No.
What is this, Targaryen talk?
That's what I was going to go with Tyrion talk, but...
The answer's no.
Okay.
Let's not get distracted.
Okay.
You've already irritated Darth David tonight.
Then I'm doing my job.
Jedi Jarrett? Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to have to keep a lightsaber around here until if you get out of hand.
Okay. So they push Andor back a month now.
Yeah, I do think it's the two fantasy shows is why they're delaying it.
Really?
I didn't think of She-Hulk. Don't forget they did a didn't we have a Marvel and Star Wars at the same time thing recently?
Well, they did miss
Obi-Wan.
They did miss Marvel, but
during Obi-Wan, but I think they knew that Miss Marvel wouldn't attract the same kind of audience that Obi-Wan did, because Miss Marvel was supposed to be like a teen show. Yeah.
But She-Hulk is for...
the Marvel fans?
It's for the Marvel fans.
Yeah, I'm not... so far, I'm not 100%. It just seems like a good Saturday Night Live sketch. Or, seems like East Side Dave sketch. I actually did go look at it on YouTube. It beat Pete Holmes. Pete Holmes ripped off my legendary sketch, which is called The Office Blanca. I took Blanca from Street Fighter 2, and an obscure character from 1993 Super Nintendo game, and I put him in the office setting.
I don't know if he's super obscure. But.
And okay, fine, but nevertheless, in 2013, no one was talking about 1993 Blanca.
I know.
At that point.
I know.
And my point is, I put him in an office setting. And then 2 weeks later, guess what happened on the fucking Pete Holmes show on MTV? Blanca trying to get a job in an office setting. I wonder who the fuck was ripped off. Don't worry, I took to Twitter and I said, hey, MTV, Pete Holmes just fucking ripped my sketch off. This is no bullshit, by the way. This is a real timeline. And 2 weeks later, the Pete Holmes show was gone from MTV. Stupidly, I should have gotten a lawyer and fucking sued their asses because apparently they realized that the guy did steal my goddamn sketch. That's what She-Hulk looks like to me.
I'd probably make the argument no one was watching it. And someone brought it to your attention. Because Pete Holmes isn't funny, so.
Nevertheless.
But your bit was way funnier, though.
The Office Blanca.
Yeah.
Look it up. And look up on YouTube the dates, the times, the timestamps and things like this. You'll see who was first, and you see who gets ripped off all the goddamn time. You just don't know about it, but it's happened. And it keeps on happening. I don't want to go into my Sith-like rage type of things where I start getting paranoid and I start accusing people of doing things. I want to keep this focused on Star Wars, please.
Okay, you got it.
So that's the deal with Andor. Now, here's the one thing. 3-episode premiere on September 21st.
So they're making it up.
I don't mind this new thing because I felt like I needed 2 episodes for Obi-Wan's premiere. I think that was a really smart move that they did, because don't forget, when they at the end of the second episode of Obi-Wan, that's when we saw Vader in the tank. And that ending was unbelievable.
That was a great ending, yeah.
So, I'm okay with 3 episodes, and I do like multiple episode premieres. But the one thing is, I let's not keep doing this where you announce something is coming out and then it gets pushed back a month. You're hurting the fans. Trust me when I tell you, the Dave Man's one of those people that has a calendar with the X's, and I do the X's and this and that. And then it's like, oh, you got a whole goddamn another month of X's to do. My marker's going to run out of fucking red ink.
And then it's going to eventually interrupt with the post-season baseball and football for you.
Yes! I'm into
late
sports
August is
and
the perfect
wrestling
time.
and Marvel and all this shit.
Late August is the perfect time because, baseball's kind of okay. Football's in its preseason. So that's like, for you, would be like the ideal time for that to come.
I was loving it, but I am okay with the 3 episode premiere trade-off.
Okay.
If that's what they're going to do, which they said they're going to.
I think they do that like to make it more like a movie. Like they're releasing.
No, I think they're doing it because they realize the fans would be up in arms and with pitchforks outside of Disney.
In general, releasing 2 episodes or 3 episodes at a time makes it feel far more like a movie.
Yeah, but they haven't done that before, have they? No. Mando only gave us the one season. Boba Fett did.
I thought Mando did the first 2 episodes of season 2. I think at the very least.
I'm not sure if Mando did. Boba might have been released with the first 2 episodes. I feel like Mando wasn't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I forget. So you're watching the Clone Wars?
Yes. So
season 4.
Yeah, I was on the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4 were just like some of the best episodes I've seen so far of the show, and
really picks up.
Oh yeah, that whole Overlords and the Mortis story arc.
Unbelievable. I love the Mortis. I think a lot of Clone Wars fans do love the Mortis thing.
Because it's like everything that we know about Star Wars, like from like casual fans, comes from this kind of 30, 40 year arc of like the Skywalker saga. And this was like the first time we were seeing Jedis that like pre-existed Yoda. Because Yoda to date would probably be the oldest Jedi out there.
Yes.
Like from the beginning.
I would think so.
Like from the beginning of episode 1 through him being a Force ghost, he's the oldest Jedi in existence.
I would think so.
And it was cool to see kind of they weren't light, but they weren't dark. Like there was that kind of dichotomy. They were light, but they weren't. They were
kind of in. Well, one was sort of light, one was sort of dark, and one was sort of in the middle. Wasn't it kind of?
Kind of.
The brother was kind of. The son was sort of dark.
Yeah.
Girl was kind of light. Dad was straight up in the middle. Kind of.
Yeah. It was very cool in the fact that they're like, yes, Anakin, you are the chosen one.
Oh, it was cool, and some great. I loved that there were like apocalyptic visions in that episode.
Well, yeah, because like this confinement, this like I guess it's a prison for the kids because neither one of them can like balance themselves.
Yeah, I think they have to stay there. They have to stay
there
in that plane.
But like during the day, it's all like pleasant and stuff like that, and then it's supposed to be like the 4 seasons throughout the day, and then like by midnight, it's like completely dead.
Yeah,
that was very cool.
It was cool.
The Citadel's arc, that even Piel guy, the warden, sounded like Christopher Walken. I think they were he kind of looked like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Then the Mon Calamari.
Yeah. Did you like that?
That was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't so huge into the Mon Calamari thing. That was a little Saturday morning cartoony for me.
Yes.
A little Snorks. I thought I was watching Snorks with laser guns.
The only takeaway I really have is the shark dude, Riff Tamsin.
I will say this:
he was a really great bad guy.
Well, also they are great natural enemies, and it really wasn't until that story arc that Mon Calamari and the Hammerheads, they hate each other. Or I'm sorry, not Hammerheads. God damn it. The guys in The Mandalorian. Remember
the mayor. Was it the mayor?
No. Those, they look like lobsters. They got the tentacles, the lobsters. They kind of look like... They have a... remember the one guy in Pirates of the Caribbean who looked like he had a squid face?
Yeah.
Right, those guys are against the Mon Calamari. I'm deeply apologetic to Yaddle Chattle fans right now who are screaming at me. Here, you stretch. I'll look up the name of the goddamn
Well, no,
guys.
what I was going to say is...
Well, I'm on a goddamn tangent.
Okay.
That Clone Wars episode...
There were squid people versus the calamari.
Showed that those two hate each other.
They hated... it was a very tenuous alliance because they were on the planet. So it was kind of like the Mon Calamari were like a small majority. And the other squid people were like... almost equal, but kind of like a minority. Because,
right.
Was it...
Here we go. Quarren. You know that guy.
Yeah.
Quarren. I mean, the Yaddle Chattle fans know. That's the Quarren.
Yeah, so the Quarren...
The Quarren are those squid faces
yes.
that we've seen. And we've seen them a bunch of times. But they recently popped up in the Mando episode. We've seen them at Jabba's and stuff like that.
At least in the Clone Wars, after the resolution of this it's a planetary civil war, like an intraplanetary civil war. But this Riff Tamsin guy kind of also reminded me of Ron Perlman. Like I could see Ron, like he sounded like Ron Perlman.
It might have been Ron Perlman.
No, it wasn't Ron Perlman.
Oh,
but it sounded like Ron Perlman, and I could see like in a live action. Ron Perlman playing this guy because Ron Perlman is a great great heavy.
Yes.
Then that Pong Krell arc where
Jedi the alien Jedi who comes he turns
Goro.
bad he's got 4 arms.
He looks like Goro from
I love those episodes. Those episodes were tremendous. I thought because I felt like we got to really learn about clones.
Yes.
And the different personalities of clones and the concerns and worries of clones.
And that they view themselves as people and not soldiers.
Yeah. I thought those were great episodes. Man, season 4 is good.
Yeah, it really is. And then the kidnapped / escape from Kaduo, where you had that they kind of reminded me of Klingons.
Yeah, okay.
But they're like the slave masters.
Yes.
This is was the big thing for me. I think that whatever they do next, like a big arc in Star Wars, should take place thousands of years with these guys working with the Sith. The Jedi are kind of on the downside, and then you have a whole kind of Spartacus-esque slave rebellion because these guys have a huge vendetta that they've claimed that's been going on for thousands of years against the Jedi. So we could kind of see, and it has all of the elements of what we love about Star Wars is the little guy taking on the big guy. Okay.
Hey, that ain't so bad. I'm not against that.
Because those guys hate the Jedi. They've got those kind of lightsaber-esque whips. So it'd be a cool to see that kind of in battle. Just to see these guys, they work with the Sith because Palpatine says he's the Sith have used slavery to control the galaxy for thousands of years.
Fair enough.
And then the other big thing that I really enjoyed, and maybe you could clarify,
please,
the Night Sisters.
Yeah, I love those. You have the one Ventress, I believe, used to be a Night Sister.
Yes, she was a Night Sister, then she became a Jedi,
right.
Then she became a Sith.
Yeah, but she's all over the place, that Ventress, but good character.
Is it magic or is it Force?
I think it's Force, and I think there might be a dark side element to the Night Sisters.
I think that I don't think it's necessarily a dark side. I think it's actually Force neutral. It's just something different.
All right. I dug the Night Sisters. Okay. All right. So those years. So all in all.
No, it's getting
thumbs
better
up or thumbs down.
Oh, was it 2 9 thumbs up?
2 9 thumbs up.
2 9 thumbs up.
Okay. Hey, listen. I'm telling you, the Clone Wars does some excellent stuff. Oh, I want to say this. I had another revelation the other day because we were discussing this an episode ago or a couple episodes ago. Andor is kind of, you could kind of make a case, Andor could kind of be like 10 years before episode 4. I think it's around that timeline, right? And because I believe that's what they said or something like that. Obi-Wan is kind of similar. Remember I was talking about Boba Fett and my idea for season 2? And here's my idea for season 2. I'm going to give it to you again very quickly. Because there were some Boba Fett fans. Now, I loved the book of Boba Fett. I thought it was spectacular.
I liked it too.
And there were some Boba Fett fans that were all upset because they didn't feel like it was the vintage Boba Fett. They wanted vintage Boba Fett, It's not. You're not gonna get vintage Boba Fett when the guy is trapped in a goddamn Sarlacc pit and has to escape, and then lives with the Tusken Raiders for 5 years or however long it was. Come on.
You know, I
it's
know,
not gonna happen.
I haven't finished Clone Wars or watched Rebels yet, but like I don't know what people are expecting from a quote unquote vintage Boba Fett. Because, like, when you see young Boba Fett, he does pretty much have, like, a decent moral compass. He's not a tremendous piece of shit. He's about getting the job done.
No, I agree with you. But, so here is my idea. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. And since these last 3 episodes, this episode included, are video, I'm looking directly into the camera, but really, I'm talking to Lucasfilm. I'm talking to Kathleen Kennedy, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others. Listen up. Here's your season 2 for the Book of Boba Fett. Right here, right now. You can always, by the way, call me up, Eastside Dave McDonald, Davey Mac, Darth David, and I've got many more ideas, but this one's the winner. Season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett is about Boba Fett now. He's the number 1 guy in charge, right? He's on Tatooine. But who comes back? The Hutts. And it's not just the brother and sister, and I love them, by the way. But it's not just them. They bring a couple, maybe 2 or 3 more Hutt families, which then means Hutt gangs. And that's who Boba Fett has to take down in season 2. Hold on! That's not where you're going to necessarily get your vintage Boba Fett. No, you're going to get you're going to get some violence and stuff like that. But while we do that, that's taking place in current day. We're sticking with the flashback thing, but then we flash back to when Boba Fett was working for Jabba the Hutt as a bounty hunter / assassin / hitman. And as Boba Fett thinks about how can I take down the Hutts, it gives him a flashback to when Jabba, basically the end of Godfather 1, says, take out the heads of the 5 families on Tatooine. I need you, Boba, to take out the heads of the 5 families on Tatooine. So that's where you get your vintage Empire Strikes Back, Episode 4, Episode 6, Boba Fett. You get your vintage Boba Fett there as he goes around in the flashbacks killing, murdering, assassinating the heads of the 5 families. And then we go into modern time where instead of Boba working for Jabba the Hutt in the flashbacks, now he's in modern times having to take out the Hutts. But he's applying the lessons he learned from when he was a hitman for Jabba as he takes out the Hutts. Boom! But I got more. Since Obi-Wan is about 10 years ago, or 10 years before Episode 4, and Andor's about 10 years before Episode 4,
right?
So I'm on a goddamn fucking roll.
Okay.
Since Obi-Wan is 5 to 10 years before Episode 4, and Andor is 5 to 10 years before Episode 4, we can make Boba! Those flashbacks are 5 to 10 years before. Now all of a sudden, we got some room for a little crossover. Multi-series crossover. We got Boba Fett out there in the universe. We got Obi-Wan over here. We got the goddamn Andor people over here. And now we have a whole thing where there can be crossover, a lot of crossover going on. Bam! I mean, seriously, Lucasfilm, I have done your work for you. The season, in general, is fucking brilliant, and you know it. The idea is there. But also the fact that you could put it on the timeline and you could start getting these timelines together. Hey, we got something cooking here. What do you think about that? Come on, you're on the button.
The only thing I would add.
Okay. I thought you were going to criticize it.
No, I like it.
Hold on. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. But I just have to get something, Jared. It's not a big deal. I don't want you to be scared. I just want you to be fucking terrified. Now, you're going to goddamn fucking... Here's my Kylo Ren.
Okay.
But as you can see, it's my Kylo Ren lightsaber. But, it's not real. You see? It's plastic.
Yeah.
But I can still choke you out with it.
Okay.
See? Now, you're going to criticize my goddamn fucking thing?
No, the only thing I was going to say is Mace Windu should be alive. And that should be a part of the arc.
Yes! Samuel Jackson wants to come back.
Bring him back.
I'm all for it.
That he's been in hiding.
There is no, Davey Mack got no problem with that and shit. Give Mace Windu a series in the same timeline. All of a sudden, this 10 years before episode 4 timeline, 5 to 10 years before episode 4, this thing is rich as shit. You got all kinds of stuff. Rebels is in there. Ahsoka is in this era. We got some good stuff here. That's all I'm saying.
No, I would love to see, like...
How about the idea of my show, though?
No, I think it's brilliant. I think that's exactly how they should go.
Brilliant. See? And he's a Jedi. And he thinks a Sith idea
I think it's a
of
great
Boba
idea.
Fett Season 2 is brilliant. Kathleen Kennedy, Jon Favreau,
Because you'll give the fans what they want, and then also it moves in a different direction.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else. Yeah. Goes in a different direction. I know! Everything is perfect! God! These ideas that I have. That's like one of like 10 Star Wars ideas I have for either major motion pictures and or Emmy award-winning series. Thank you very little. Now, Jared.
Yes.
Do we have a cage match?
We do.
You're in charge.
I know.
Of all Star Wars cage matches.
I think we might have done it already, though. Because there's going to be Jango Fett versus Cad Bane. Did we do Jango Fett versus Cad Bane?
Jango Fett versus Cad Bane. I don't know. We did that.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we did that.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to come up with one on the fly then.
Oh, my God. Come up with something right now.
Okay. No, I got it. Ahsoka Tano versus Savage Opress.
We just did Ahsoka versus Ventress.
Oh, we did. Well,
Jesus. All right, how about this? I got something
I'm
for
screwed
you.
up. I'm sorry.
It's
the lack of sleep.
Yeah. Oh, because I got a baby.
Yes.
I don't sleep no more, David.
I don't.
My Padawan. Now what you got to do? You got to do a little Jedi thing, and you got to say, you will sleep now.
She doesn't even...
You will never... It's just, you will sleep through the night, little one. You will sleep through the night, little one. Can't you do that?
I've got one. I've got a cage match.
Because I think I may have just come up with one.
No, I've got a really good cage match.
Fine.
Qui-Gon Jinn versus Count Dooku.
Ooh, I like this. Finally, Star Wars cage match I can sink my teeth into.
Master versus...
Not rerunning Star Wars cage matches for
Master versus Padawan.
Okay. You would think I would say Qui-Gon. Love Liam Neeson. Plus, he's very tall. The problem is, he's shown he's defeatable. Darth Maul took it to Qui-Gon. I'm sorry. Once I see that Qui-Gon, you get up close to Qui-Gon and zip, gut shot. That's all it is. You know, there are some boxers, you want to stick a move. Some boxers, you want to keep your distance. Other boxers, you want to get in tight. Qui-Gon's already shown you get in tight. You can kick his ass. I'm sorry. Dooku for the win. Boom.
All right, I'll go with Qui-Gon, just because Qui-Gon was Dooku's Padawan, so he knows.
I'm just getting ready for anything.
So Count Dooku is considered like the greatest duelist. Like he's one of the best to ever hold a lightsaber.
Now, how do you say that? Why do you say that? I've never heard of this.
I've read that online.
He's read it online. Jedi Jared has read it online.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those Instagram facts.
It's like need shit to be said in the movie or one of the series. I never heard that Count Dooku's the greatest duelist.
No, he's like considered one of the best.
All right.
To hold a lightsaber. I mean,
so then how does Qui-Gon beat him?
Because Qui-Gon was Dooku's Padawan.
Correct.
So he should know all his insides and out. Like he should know how to like.
That means that Dooku knows Qui-Gon's weaknesses as well. You can play at that game, Schmizbo. Actually, you just gave me even more recent. Now that I forgot that Dooku was Qui-Gon's master.
Yeah, but Qui-Gon has a set of skills. You have to understand.
You also just pointed out Qui-Gon fucking chopped Anakin's arm off. So he's pretty talented.
I understand that. But remember that time that those sex traffickers stole Qui-Gon Jinn's wife and kid, and he had to go all over Europe like...
No, you're thinking of a god. You're thinking of Taken.
Oh, okay.
And you're not thinking of Star Wars.
Oh, sorry.
And you've lost it. And the Yaddle Chattle heads hate you.
Okay.
And Coke Logic told me, even though he accepted your apology, he just texted, thin ice.
Okay.
Last piece of business.
Okay.
It's being reported that the Taika Waititi thing is also, just like Jedi Jared, on thin ice.
Really?
The Taika Waititi movie may not come out.
Well,
because of the, apparently there was, the Thor Love and Thunder, maybe critically wasn't as huge as they were hoping for. I think it made a ton of money, though. So I can't imagine, Disney being that displeased with it. Because I believe it was number one at box office for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I'm sure it's going to, make a huge profit. But that's the word. Now, when you talk about the fact that, these directors, they get a Star Wars project, it's almost like don't make a movie. Because Patty Jenkins made a shitty Wonder Woman. I didn't see it, according to critics or whomever.
It wasn't that great.
Okay, well, because of that, her project... Gotcha. Which was supposed to be like an X-wing, Top Gun in space,
like a
real X-wing. Yes, that's what it was called, I believe, a Rogue Squadron. Anyway, the Patty Jenkins project is on thin ice. That might never come out. And now we're hearing the Taika Waititi thing.
Well, then there was also the guys from Game of Thrones were supposed to get like a Star Wars series.
Well, they got that. I mean, they announced they're out of there a long time ago. They're out. No, they gave it to him. I believe it was those guys' decision to not do the Star Wars. So what do you think about Taika? Are we going to see his movie? He says that he does not want to do a Star Wars that is reliant on the same character. Characters. All new characters is what he's saying.
That's what you really should do.
Yeah, but maybe Disney is having a little cold feet. Plus, if the series are getting, pretty decent reviews,
then they should do it as a television show, not a movie.
Well, I'm saying that, but all of the series are hitting characters that we've seen before.
Yes, I don't think my parents had any idea who Ahsoka Tano was before.
No,
they saw in the Mandalorian series,
right?
So, I think that they should stick to the television for now. If they really have like a brilliant idea to do in a movie series or introduce like another kind of version of the Skywalkers, that's one thing. But like now that they're having a lot of success with television, and television's kind of where it is.
Okay.
So maybe he can stretch it out over a television series.
Well, listen,
or an extended like mini series. Like that's a big thing now.
I am totaling up the points for today's episode, And it's Darth David, 2,500 points for all the excellent points that I made. Jedi Jared, minus 3,235.
Now, is that total points that I've accumulated?
That's just for
Since
today's
the
episode.
Dave show,
That's just for today's episode.
That's just today's episode.
Also, your Jedi ranking, while my Sith ranking remains firmly at number 1, I'm the number 1 Sith in the galaxy right now. Your Jedi ranking, you've fallen out of the top 100. You're 192nd ranked. After some of the comments that you had to say, you came in ranked either 87th or 88th, but you've dropped about 100 spots, 104 spots.
I'm going to have to actively try now to how low can I go.
Yeah, I mean, you came in with 3 cage matches that we did already.
Okay, I'm sorry. Lack of sleep. I'll just play it.
Lack of sleep. Now, how is your Padawan? How's Leia Fishman?
She is doing incredible.
Incredible?
Amazing.
She's doing incredibly.
Well, it's...
Add an ly when using adverbs. She's doing incredibly. She is incredible.
She is incredible.
And why would incredible, she is incredible, why would that be an adjective in that situation?
Incredible she is.
Because incredible is describing she. Okay. An adjective always describes a noun.
I need to go to sleep.
The reason why she's doing incredibly is because...
she has great parents.
Incredibly is what?
An adverb.
What she is doing. The adverb describes the verb. How she's doing.
Thanks, Grandma.
Well, you didn't know! You just tried to fucking pass off bad goddamn grammar and say she's doing incredible.
She is.
Now, I don't fucking play around.
She is, though.
I might be a Sith, but I take my linguistics seriously. Okay. She's doing incredibly.
She's doing incredibly. I have a wonderful, beautiful little baby child. She's awesome. And to watch every day changes in her overall size.
She gets bigger.
She gets bigger. She's more alert. She's like understanding more of her surroundings. She's eating more. She's shitting more.
Why?
I mean, that's what babies do.
I know. We didn't need that on Yaddle today.
Okay. Well, in any case, you should go to eastsidedavecountry.com if you already haven't. Like and subscribe on Eastside Dave TV and the Watchers feed / Yaddle Chattle wherever podcasts are available.
That's it, baby. He's Jedi Jared. I'm Darth David. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one, everyone. See you next week.